Okay, so I've downloaded the data and this is the exact format that it came in. The only changes that I made were that I removed the zip code column and the metro area columns because they had blank values. And I noticed that we only had the state abbreviation. So what I did was I created a list. They have, one of the downloads was a state file, which has both the abbreviation and the state name. So I created a list in another sheet of abbreviation to state name and then did a VLOOKUP in here. So this VLOOKUP will get the correct value for the state because we're going to need that not only for talking about in the content on the page, but also I'm going to add tags to these posts so that on the Alabama page, I can list all of the cities in Alabama, hopefully without any code. So I'm going to probably use Generate Blocks query loop plugin for that, where I can filter these based on categories or tags. So we have the data. We can now go into WordPress, which I've set up just with a few plugins. Custom post type UI, I've created a cities custom post type, which is basically just the default settings, and I've added categories and tags to it. So now anything, all the cities will come up in here. There'll be like 40,000 posts in here by the time we're finished. So in this video, we're just going to set up the import and go through all the values there of what you can change. So we'll go to all import, new import, and we'll upload a file. I've got it on my desktop ready to go, and this is the one that has the state values in it. So we'll upload this. It'll take a few seconds to crunch this because it's a big file. We'll import it to cities, and then WP all import will just show us an example row. So we can just check that all of the data is there. And it should slugify all of the column titles as well, because I think the columns in the spreadsheet, the headings on there were they were like this. So pop density with dots and stuff like that. So it'll probably simplify that for us a bit as well. So look, it's simplified this down. And what you could do as well, obviously I just chose to remove the columns, but you can add filtering options in here as well. So you could filter based on this. So if you only wanted to import Alabama, for example, we could just import cities where the state is Alabama. So there's options there to change the import beforehand if you didn't want to do it in Excel. So now we have the state name. We can do the post title will be, let's just say we'll put title in here. So it'll be, I think we probably need to put the state name here as well, because there might be, Abbeville might also be a city in a different state. So we want to specify that it's for Alabama. So Abbeville, Alabama, population and statistics. We can always change this later once we know what keywords we want to target on this page. And we've got a lot of information here. All of the information in the row that we're currently on is in here. So we can add all these in to create content. I'm not going to write the template in this video. I'm going to do all of the other setup first, and then in the next video we're going to write the template, because it's going to take some time to get that right, because we're going to need to research a bunch of these things and add some context to really flesh out the page. So what we want to do is, let's go to taxonomy, and I like to add tags. So we can add, well, we could do multiple tags, or we can do a single tag. I'm just going to add a single tag for now. All I want really is the tag to be state hyphen and then the state name here. So this means that hopefully later, if we want to show lists of these cities, we can filter them based on this. So we could do state Alabama, and we could add something in there that would only show for Alabama. And we can obviously, I haven't got the custom fields plugin activated on this one. You need the add-on for that, which I'm not going to use, but we could add custom fields as well if we had the pro version. So there's two options there to add custom fields. I don't think we need it for this build, just because I tend to use that if I'm going to like do some sort of extra coding with the data. I'll add these on, save the values to a custom field, and then I can do if else. I can do looping through data or calculations on numbers, that kind of thing. I don't think I need that for this particular one. Other options, we could leave comments, we could close comments. Let's set the post to random dates. We'll just make it a couple of years. Go back to November 2nd, 2020, and now we'll just pick a random date. Slug, post slug, because it's going to have city in the URL anyway, we just need it to be this slug here. And that's it. Actually, not true. Because like I said, some towns or cities might be the same name but a different state. So we could probably do state. So city and then state. That should be unique enough then for us to not have any conflicts. Okay. And I think that's pretty much it. There's not a lot else to do just yet because we're not doing the custom fields. So if we preview that, all we'll have right now is the title. We could even change it and do it population and statistics in, or population and statistics for. Maybe that's a bit nicer. Oh, one thing I didn't do actually, let me quickly, because there is another thing we need to do here. I'm just going to save this as city template. Nope, just save it in. All right. Go to plugins, add new. Need rank math. We need rank math WP all import extension. This one. Because we need to save some of these settings so we can set the title, the SEO title in that. So I'll activate that. Go back to manage imports, edit template. Now we've got this option here. So we can set an SEO title. So we could do title, state name, population. So that's the main keyword of the page will be population, and then we can do weather, demographics. What else do we have in here? Taxes. Maybe income, maybe not weather. Income, demographics, taxes. What else do we have? Crime. So all this data, and we can also set a description as well. On the population of, we'll just copy these rather than drag drop. Find statistics and information on the population of Abbeville, Alabama, including household income, demographics. Just check what kind of tax information we have. I can't remember. Property tax and sales tax. Crime rates and more. So that's really it. So we'll resave the template. So when we import this now, it will just, all of these posts will have an SEO title ready. They'll have a meta description ready. The next step is to really nail this template, because that's going to be what makes or breaks this website. So I'll stop it here. and I'll go and prepare some research for how we can get this done properly, and I'll write it as we're on the video so we can see how that could be built out. I'll save that. Okay, so head to the next video and we'll go through this template.